Welcome to this Tuesday topic all about our food system, being a part of the solution. My name is Ashley Anderson, registered dietitian and personal trainer, and owner of Move Fully Nourished, where we specialize in nutrition and exercise coaching to help active adults achieve stress-free, realistic, and sustainable fat loss using a mindful and intuitive eating approach. We help individuals with diabetes, autoimmune conditions, GI issues like celiac disease, Crohn's, and IBS, disordered eating patterns, new and pregnant mamas, picky eaters, and your everyday exerciser looking to live their best life through sustainable, healthy habit changes. What we eat not only matters to us and our bodies, but it also impacts everything. What do I mean by this? Today we are going to discuss how changing your food principles will help prevent and reverse chronic disease, improve mental health, improve our children's cognitive and behavioral challenges, solve social injustices, restore ecosystems, reverse climate change, and dramatically reduce the true cost of food. What can we do as a population to make an imprint in our world? Today I'm going to discuss about 20 different things that we can do to take back our health, one kitchen, one home, one family, one community, and one farm at a time. If you're familiar with Dr. Mark Hyman, he's a doctor and author of New York Times bestseller Food Fix. Most of the principles I'll be discussing today will come from that book. So number one, eat for the health of humans and the planet. Eat mostly plants, stick to low glycemic fruits, especially if you have insulin resistance, prediabetes, or diabetes. Eat more foods with healthy fats such as olive oil, avocados, nuts, and seeds. Eating more nuts and seeds is great. Choosing regeneratively raised animals, products whenever possible, and look for regenerative organic certified label. Buy locally sourced meat that is grass-fed and grass-finished. Look for food labels that identify sustainable, humane food sources, including American grass-fed, American Humane Certified, American Welfare Review Certified, Global Animal Partnership, Certified Sustainable Seafood, MSC, Biodynamic, Bird Friendly, etc. So using sources like Eat Wild, Local Harvest, and First-Hand Foods, eating pasture-raised eggs, eat sustainably raised or harvest low mercury, high omega-3 rich fish, and then eating only whole grains, not whole flours and whole wheats, but eat beans, choosing to limit sugar as an occasional treat and eliminate sugary beverages that don't serve our bodies or our planet. And staying away from those refined vegetable beans and seeds and oils. Number two is eating whole real foods. If you have a package, look at the food ingredient label and make sure it's something that you recognize or you would have in your kitchen to use as a cooking item. You don't have monosodium glutamate or carrageenan in your cupboard, but you do have an egg or an almond or an avocado. It doesn't have an ingredients list. Number three, buy non-GMO or organic foods for your health, the environment, and to send a message that you won't accept food tainted with pesticides or glyphosate. Stay away from pesticides and herbicides, antibiotics, and hormones in your food. They impact our hormones in our body. Look for USDA organic seal. Shop at non-GMO retailers or look for non-GMO project verified seal. Look for labels on meat, poultry, dairy, and other foods that say hormone and antibiotic free. You can also visit localharvest.org /organic-farms to find small farms in your area that do not use hormones and antibiotics. Number four, careful not to buy into the hype on food packaging. Watch out for fake flavors and labels that make big health claims such as all natural. Instead, look for products that use real food to flavor their products. Number five, join a community-supported agriculture, so CSA program. If you go to localharvest.org to find one in your area, you'll see that while the impact may be small, it provides a foothold into the innovations in agriculture that eventually will spread. Also shopping at farmers markets. They're growing and supporting local food systems. And again, while the impact may seem small, it provides a foothold into innovations in agriculture that eventually will take root and spread. Number seven, start a garden in your backyard or a community garden. Do this with your school or your church or company as a family project. turn your lawn into an edible garden or orchard. You could plant some fruit trees. I just had a client do this today. Avoid glyphosate, herbs like Roundup, and pesticides in your home gardens. Number 8, eat at restaurants that serve organic, farm-to-table, or regenerative food, and don't use animal products raised with antibiotics or hormones. Restaurants all over the world are putting sustainability on the menu, so help support local food systems, preserve lost varieties of vegetables and animals, and find restaurant scorecards regarding antibiotics on the U.S. Public Interest Research Group's website. Number 9, start a wellness program in your community, your neighborhood, your school, your church, or your social network. This will change your social environment and make it more health contagious. Number 10, be an agent of change in your workplace by encouraging health, mindful eating, and daily exercise into your workday. Every little bit counts. Start a lunch group, rotate who brings healthy lunches for your group, or start a wellness walking group and be active together. Get rid of the candy, the donuts, the sodas that are inundating your environment, and do your best one bite at a time. 11, support fair trade products. Fair Trade International is an organization that supports farmers and workers in dozens of poor countries while also working on to protect the environment. Part of its mission is to promote fairness and justice in trade. So look for their logo and support the important work that they do. 12, use refillable containers and use materials made of glass or metal. Plastic containers are bad for your health, bad for the environment. They're made of BPAs, BPSs, and other synthetic chemicals that can leach into your food, causing hormonal disruption. Some of these containers can be recycled, but oftentimes they end up in landfills, or they work their way into rivers and streams and parks. Also use reusable grocery bags. Number 13, be your own food advocate. Next time you read a nutrition headline, be wary, thoughtful, dig a little, ask important questions. Is this evidence-based? Who funded this science? Does the evidence logically support the claims being made? Does it seem like relevant facts or context that has been left out? Most importantly, remember that replication is the cornerstone of good science. So who funded the study and what are the conflicts of interest of the authors? Is this a study that can prove cause and effect or just a correlation? If you get your information from like independent nonprofits and public advocacy groups such as the Union of Concerned Scientists, or my favorite is the EWG, the Environmental Working Group, and Sustainable Food Trust, as well as academic institutions. Number 14, reduce your own food waste. So use products such as fresh paper. This is a sheet that you put in with your produce. It can extend your produce life 2 to 4 times longer, and the sheets could be reused for 30 days. And then they can be composted after. Or you could use produce protected by Appeel, A-P-P-E-E-L, that keeps produce fresher longer. I encourage you to look these two up. They're very interesting. You could also make soups or stews from veggies that are a little bit wilted. When cooking, make just enough for your family. And make sure to eat your leftovers. Number 15, create a compost pile. You can, whatever your food waste or your scraps that you have from your produce that don't end up in the landfill, the more that you use your produce and grains or beans by composting. You can simply by taking what we call biointegrated anaerobic and exposing them to oxygen, rotating the food scraps, mixing them in with some sawdust, cardboard, and leaves, and it turns it into a nutrient-rich organic material that can be used to help build soil in gardens, farms, or your backyard. 16, turn up the heat on food companies and politicians. It is up to us, concerned citizens, to pressure our legislators and the food and livestock industries. Start at your local level. If enough states take action, as many states have, then the federal government will be enforced to implement changes. Everything you do counts and matters. 17, educate yourself and your community about regenerative agriculture. You can watch films like Kiss the Ground and The Biggest Little Farm. Those are a great start. You can also check out The Carbon Underground to really learn more about how to join the Adopt a Meter of Soil campaign. 18, you could change your baking and investment strategy to support a regenerative and sustainable business solution. You could check out www.goodmoney.com to learn more about how to put your money in a banking system that aligns with your values. You can also seek out other social investment companies and options. Most big investment firms now offer this. 19, support innovation and policies for food and agriculture practices that help to reverse climate change. Elect leaders who are committed to implementing policies that reduce the use of fossil fuels and bring us closer to 100% renewable power. Last but not least, start a support business that draws down carbon, which is part of our intentional integration into trees and shrubs, adding crops into animal farming system to create environmental, economical, and social benefits. Things like silvopasture, which is direct integration of trees and livestock operating on the same land, holistic grazing, and composting operations. Learn more from groups like Colorado Land Link, Landcore USA, and Regeneration International. Maybe you've heard of a few of the things that I mentioned today, or maybe this is all new to you. Remember that you as an individual consumer matters. What we eat not only matters to us and our bodies, it impacts everything. So changing your food principles will help prevent and reverse chronic disease, improve mental health, improve our children's cognitive and behavioral challenges, solve social injustices, restore our ecosystems, and reverse climate change, and dramatically reduce the true cost of food. So what can we do as a population? Makes an imprint on our world. We have the power to take back our health, one kitchen, one home, one family, one community, one farm at a time. Thank you for watching this video. Have a fantastic rest of your day.